Amazing. Welcome to the call, guys. So yeah, first of all, shout out to everyone who's been making it happen during the week. We have some super exciting things bubbling right now within the organization. Drop a yes in the chat if you've been making money with us every single morning at 7:30 a.m. UK time, right? Let us know. And also drop an MM in the chat if you've been making money just in general, utilizing the GFU platform. So if you're a guest, we basically have AI technology systems that allow people to set up multiple streams of income from their home, from their smartphone. And we are a group within that community. As you can see from this photo here, we had a really good event yesterday in Scotland. The pre-launch event. We're super excited about all the leaders that were sat in those seats that are really going to take Scotland to the next level. So shout out to Fraser and the leadership you know up here in Scotland. That's actually why I'm here right now. And obviously, what we do is on these calls, we just revisit that all important subject of ourselves, right? I love when Mr. Bob Proctor talks about how you know who are you, right? And when I flew out to meet Bob, obviously it's you see all these videos and stuff on YouTube and it's great, but when you're there, it like makes you think, obviously, because you can't escape the room, right? When you're watching a video, you can kind of switch off for 2 seconds, you can kind of drift in and out of attention, but when you're in the room with people like that, you really think and you ask the question, who are you, right? And obviously when you ask the most, when you ask that, a normal person, who are you? They're going to say, my name's Jake, right? And it's like, no, Jake's your name, right? Who's Jake, right? Like Jake's your name. Like this is your hand. It's not am hand, right? It's your hand, right? It's my hand. Well, who am I? Who are you? What's behind those eyes, right? They say that the pupils are like the windows to the soul. Sometimes I look at my little baby girl Daisy, and look, she's got these big like pupils, and I'm like looking into the soul, thinking like, man, like she's like that spirit. That what we are, guys. We are spiritual creatures having a human experience. We're not humans having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual having a human experience, having a temporary, fleshy, you know, experience here on this planet. We see just some guests just jumped off the line right there. Fleshy, yeah, we're off. We're off, mate. It's too deep on a Sunday morning as well. That's too much, man. That's too much. All right, so you need to understand that you need to understand the essence of your being. You actually have to actually understand this. You see, successful people, they know this. They know that there's an energy constantly flowing through to and through them, like constantly, like there's an energy coming through, like right now, through the top or from wherever it's coming from consciousness through them, right? And we're channeling energy, right? And the way that we channel it is by choosing thoughts, choosing the right thoughts. Like I think it was Shakespeare, he said, nothing's negative or positive, it's our thinking that makes it so. Have you heard that? So it's our thinking that makes it so. So no matter what's going on in your life right now, like you need to understand that it's going to be your thinking that determines like everything. Like I'm going to really break it down, but I wanted to start with this because I kind of ended off last week's call with this. It's your time to shine. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Okay, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Like I've just told you that you're a spiritual being. Some of you are like, oh my gosh, really? I thought I was like human. And humans, what we do is we're very physical. Humans are very physical, right? So a lot of people, most people, in fact, think that creating success, creating fulfillment, creating freedom is actually based off of luck. That they think that some people get lucky, some people don't. Hopefully I get lucky, right? If I do X, I'm going to get X outcome. So I'll just let you know. Hey, listen, you're a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay, so our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear that we are powerful beyond measure, right? It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. It is our light, not our darkness, right? Another reason, we see people around us struggling, and we don't want to get better because it may make them feel inferior. Did you hear what I just said? Like a lot of people, guys, I know people that are scared to grow. Do you know why? Because they're scared to make their wives feel insecure. They're scared to make their husbands feel insecure. They're scared to make their friends feel insecure. Because if they grow, their friends go, oh, the husband, oh. Does that make sense? Instead of instead of going, do you know what? I'm not gonna dim my light to keep other people happy and I just be miserable. I need to grow into the best version of me, and hopefully the people that I love, trust, and respect catch on to that growth and decide that for themselves that they're gonna grow. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. So you once you understand about this information, you can't base your growth off of anyone else's expectations of anything. So your playing small does not serve the world. It does not. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. Nothing enlightened. It's negative. It's actually disrespectful. Yeah, because what once you jump on a call like this, right, and God has put you on this call, whether you believe in God or not, your subconscious mind, law of attraction has put you on this call, and I've just spoken to your life. Hey, listen, you're a spiritual being. If you now, if you now ignore that fact, that truth, that universal truth, that's disrespectful. This is what the best thing you can do to get closer to God, to get closer to the source, is actually respect what you're attracting in your life, the people that is put into your life, and be coachable. Does that make sense, guys? So we are all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone, every single human being. You have to believe in people. When I sign people up to GFU, I'm like, oh, congratulations, man. Like, this is it. Like you've just won, you basically just gave yourself permission to win. Because you know what? I believe in people. This one good at selling. I'll take your credit card details like this. Bang. Why? Because I know that you're making a very, very good decision investing to get inside this organization. Very good decision. The best decision of your life. Why? Because I believe in people. The ones that struggle to sell, they don't believe in people. Do you know what? Do you know where not believing in people comes from? Not believing in themselves. Do you know where not believing in themselves comes from? Not understanding themselves. They don't understand they're a spiritual being. They don't study personal development. You can only believe in others to the extent that you believe in yourself. Makes sense. So this is super key. So personal development will automatically increase your income. So as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Okay, so today's call, I want to talk about change. Put the word change in the chat, guys. I'm talking about change. Now, if you don't want to change, this call's not for you. All right. If you're completely happy with the amount of money you're earning, your family, your body, your relationships, and you don't think anything should improve, this is not the call for you. Okay. This is the call for you if you want things in your life to change. Okay. Obviously, we've heard the quote, for things in your life to change, we have to change the things in your life, right? For things to change, we have to change, right? So, but here's why people don't change. You see, it's a challenge. Can you see right now that the word change is actually in challenge? And the word challenge, you can see change in there, right? So meaning you can't change without it being a challenge. And on the other side of challenge is change. People want change, but they don't want the challenge. Does it make sense? It doesn't work. Yeah, if you want to change, it's going to be a challenge. So, but here's the real challenge. It's actually grasping the whole basics. So, you need to understand, obviously, your outside world is a representation of the inside world. So if you want to take a look at your environment right now, what you're attracting or what you're repelling, all right, good and bad, because you're a magnet, you see. Your vibration will always attract the results. Your vibration will always attract the results. The cream will always rise to the top. No matter where you are, no matter where you're positioned inside the organization, no matter what field you're in, when you take control of your vibration, the universe will respond by giving you the results that you are in harmony with, positive and negative. So right now, if you're not a gold earning 1,000 a month, you're not a silver, you're not a platinum, you're not an elite, and you're not a director right now, then that what your main focus should be, how can I get my vibration to match what the outcome that I desire? Does that make sense, guys? Now, don't see your physical results is not like I'm failing. It's not like that. It's because right now you could be in the process of changing. So it's not that you're failing. Like I don't see when I see someone who's like overweight, I don't, because people think that I like a slander overweight people. It's not that. Like it's I've said this before. You can give me someone who's overweight, right? And they're working out in their body every day. They're eating healthy foods every day. They're progressing. They're going to be super, super happy. And if you give someone you show me someone who's got a six pack and they're muscly, but they're having a period of their life where they're not working out and they're eating shit, that person's going to be unhappy. So it's not the actual result that makes us happy. It's actually what we're doing on a daily basis. So don't beat yourself up for not being where you want to be. You want to take a look at your daily actions. Okay, this is not just physical actions. I'm going to talk about this on today's call. This is super important. Okay, that's why I record these calls, because like this information is life changing. Okay, I'm going to give you all. I want everyone to study an audio called "Your Wish Is Your Command" after this call, because I want to make sure that everyone's on the same frequency. Okay, but self image is everything. Self image is everything. Not like, this person's, that they signed up this person so that they're going to win, or this person's taking this market share or whatever, or that, there's already a leader in Scotland now, there can't be another leader. No, guys, like your self image is going to manifest all the results in your life. Your self image is how you see yourself. We are all walking, talking perceptions. You see, on this call right now, I can see, right? There's almost 40 perceptions. So whenever I see someone's results, and they're flourishing and they're in good shape and they're happy and they're making it happen, they're making good money, I'm like, that person has a healthy, wealthy, happy self-image. They see themselves happy. They see themselves in their mind wealthy. They see themselves healthy. Right? That's what motivation is. Motivation is actually seeing yourself in a brighter position than you are right now. But sometimes you have to act into positive thinking. Most people they sit there and try and think into positive action. Sometimes you have to actually act like you are already successful, and then the thoughts and the feelings will actually come to you that you are successful. Does that make sense? So you don't wait for confidence. Like, so you're not waiting for confidence. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'm gonna wake up to confident tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. You decide, listen, I'm going to build my confidence. Guess how you build your confidence? Doing things that you are afraid of, doing things that you don't want to do. So we are all walking, talking perceptions. Are you all aware of this? Yeah. Man's chief delusion. I love this quote, man. I might get this tattooed on me. Man's chief delusion is that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Let me break this down right now. A human being's biggest mistake is believing that there are causes to their results outside of their skin. It's the biggest mistake people make. They do not realize that everything in their life right now is their fault. Everything. Now, again, don't beat yourself up because what you can do right now is you can start to change right now and tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. We was just saying it's crazy how much a lot has changed since January. Right? I'm sat around the table last night thinking it's crazy how much has changed in 7 years. Right? I'm stood in front of a room yesterday, with like, 30 plus eyeballs all looking at me like this. And I'm just like talking, and it's almost like I'm talking and there's no one in the room. Because I don't care what anyone thinks. Do you know why? I know who Jake Parton is. Now that's not from I'm not bragging here. What I'm saying is anyone on this line can actually get to that state, can get to that point. Oh man, you're a natural at this. No, if you saw my first event, you wouldn't have said that. Do you know who saw my first event? Nobody. Do you know why? No one showed up. I spoke to a few chairs, but did you hear what I just said? I spoke, meaning I carried on, meaning I still did the event. Do you know why? Because one day I knew, I don't know how, but I know there's going to be people in these seats. And that was in my local area, let alone Scotland. Now I'm like, people are like, you know what I mean? Right? So, but guys, that's the key, man. That's the key. You got to do the work. You've got to believe that it's going to happen. You've got to act. Imagine if I would have been like a human being, and what most people do, they take it like, oh, this is a massive failure. This is not working. This is not for me. I'm going to quit. But no, I had in my imagination an image of me becoming successful, an image of me actually making it happen. Guys, drop a seven in the chat if you're ready for the 7 steps to making massive changes in your life. I'll put my shades on for this one. So, guys, here's the first step. Okay, decide what you want. I spoke to someone the other day, and this is no offense to Andrew Tate. I love him, but he was part of Andrew Tate's university, right, for 3 years. 3 years, and I was like, amazing, man. What's your goal? Didn't have a goal. I'm like, hang on a minute. How are you a part of some mastermind for 3 years? And they haven't said to you, hey, listen, do not wake up tomorrow until you decide why the fuck you're waking up. Hang on a minute. That's like getting in a car and just driving around like with no destination. Jin said something powerful yesterday. He said, guys, imagine, yeah, for example, yesterday, Champions League final, right? Shout out PSG. I'm glad that they won because they beat Villa. So, shout out PSG. But imagine they jump on the pitch and they remove the goals. What have you got? You got a bunch of men kicking a football around with no aim, no objective, no scoreboard. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing? Are we just playing kicking a ball around for not? Imagine the fans. What's the score? Who's winning? Who's losing? Who's doing well? Who's not doing well? Who's man of the match? Who's guys? There's no point. Guys, listen. This is how most people live their life with no point. Zero reason. What are you doing? I feel like grabbing something, shaking them. What are you actually doing? Here's what you are doing. You are being a slave. You are a slave being used by other people who do have a little tiny glimmer of common sense and have a goal. Now, guys, the reason why I just spoke the way I spoke, because I actually get frustrated at me because it took me 26 years to set a goal. And the reason why it took me 26 years to set a goal is because my mum and dad didn't teach me about goals. And the reason why my mum and dad didn't teach me about goals is because no one taught them about goals. So, because I know some of you like feel like I'm beating you up on this call. It's not I'm beating myself up. That's where the frustration comes from. It's not frustration, but it's more like a powerful energy, my passion. My passion for this information comes from my pain. Does that make sense, guys? Like, how do they not teach in school? Hey, listen, what's your goal? What do you want in life? How do you want to live? Like, for example, if my son comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I want to be an engineer," I'm going to say, "Amazing! I love the fact that you've decided what you want. Now, get in the car with me. Let's go for a drive. I'm going to take him for a drive. I'm going to take him down a very average street of houses and say, see these houses, son? You see how they're all close together, right? You see how none of the cars are on the drive? Do you know why? Because all the engineers are at work right now, and they're going to be back about 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and all the engineers are going to have 2 weeks holiday a year where they can potentially stay in a 3-star, maybe 4-star if they're pushing it hotel. They all have alarm clocks. Not many of them are in good physical shape because they use their job as an excuse. So if you still want to be an engineer, that's okay, but do you want this outcome? Do you want to be away from your family for 10 hours a day? Do you want to be overweight? Do you want to be average? Do you want to work until you're 70? Do you? No. Okay. So you don't want to be an engineer? No. You need to decide what outcome you want, what results. Oh, well, I have to do something I'm passionate about. No, you have to decide what end result you want and then find a vehicle that's going to give you that end result. You see, me, when I write down what I want, here's what I want. Okay, choices, no alarm clock, location freedom, right? An abundance of money, an abundance of time, so I can spend time with my children, so I can travel, so I can do what I want, so I can work out in the gym, so I've got enough money for my supplements, for high quality food. Like, I don't eat normal chicken. I eat organic chicken. Okay, I don't drink normal milk. I drink organic milk. I don't eat normal fruit. I eat organic fruit. Do you know why? Because it's a higher quality fruit. It's a higher quality food source. You see, when I was an engineer, I didn't have that luxury of choice. It was I've got to have the cheapest protein. I've got to have the cheapest chicken. I lived opposite an Aldi, right? No offense to Aldi shoppers, right? But now it's Marks and Spencers. Now it's a little bit different. Why? Because that's what I want. What do you really want? Why do you want it? Here's a good example as to why you want it. Because that's the example that you are setting for the people that you love. That's why you want it. Obviously, it's going to make you feel good for sure. But you need to understand on a scientific level, our children, our people that we love, that they're looking at us as to what example, like what's the bar? Makes sense, yeah? Why do you want it? Why is it important to you to have freedom? Why is it important to you to have X, Y, Z? Why is it important to you to be in good physical shape? Why is it important to you to have a happy family? Right? I know my reasons. Do you know yours? Okay, next. What are you willing to give up to get it? Yes, man. Sorry for the bad news on this Sunday morning. You are gonna have to actually sacrifice, right? I told everyone in the room yesterday that I used to watch football. I used to go to the Aston Villa games, and the one day I'm sat next to Big Fat Dave, and he's having chips and curry sauce, right? And Jack Grealish walks out on the pitch. Jack Grealish, my age, killing it, making it happen. He plays an amazing game of football. He's going to go home and drive home in his supercar, sit in his mansion, and then watch himself on Match of the Day tonight. And I'm having an early night because I'm up at 4:30 a.m. to get to work for 6 a.m. because I'm on morning shifts. And we're the same age. You know what I said? I am never coming to watch Aston Villa ever again until I'm at 10,000 a month minimum. Immediately hung it up, sold my Xbox, sold both my TVs, stopped hanging around every single person that I knew, left my girlfriend. Like, guys, I changed. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? Well, I don't want to do all that stuff. I mean, you ain't got to do all that what I've just mentioned, but I know for a fact that you know what's holding you back or who's holding you back. And I'm here to tell you right now that if you don't let go of what's not serving you, you are never going to win, guys. Man, that's just some real truth. Most leaders won't tell you this. They'll give you a glimpse of hope. Yeah, you can make it happen. Trust me, guys, it's not going to happen, man. You can get to don't get me wrong, you can get to 700 a month, 1,000 a month for sure. But what I'm saying is, and if that's what you want, fine. But I'm talking to the people right now that want to change their life. I'm talking like really change it. It's going to take obviously the higher you want to go, the more you're going to have to change. Okay, so once you've decided those three things, now you need to decide who do you listen to, who are you going to listen to, who's your coach, who's your mentor. You know why I love this industry so much? Because you basically get free mentorship. You get free mentorship, and how do you attract mentorship in this industry? By being coachable. We all got started on the exact same pack. We all pay out 185 USD per month. Well, obviously for those that are not executive, obviously it's free for the ones that that building the business. But do you get what I'm saying? It's all the same. You get the same product, services, leadership, comp plan. Everything's the exact same. The ones that make it to the top are the ones that are coachable. So simple. There's a few things that are good and bad about network marketing. The good thing is how cheap it is to get started. The bad thing is how cheap it is to get started. Do you know what I'm saying? Because most people they join, they're like, it's only 250. Like I love the people say to me, what's your favorite thing about network marketing? Like the people. Jack, what's your least favorite thing about network marketing? Least the people. Law of polarity. Why? Because some people you understand what I'm saying, right? We've all met an ask hole before. An ask hole. You know what an ask hole is? Someone who asks for advice and then just does absolutely nothing with it. That's the worst. Hey man, can we catch up? Yeah. What talk about what? The game plan. What about the game plan I gave you 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago? What about one? Are you calling me up for it? Are we gonna waste time again? Chit chat? Call your nan, call your mom, call someone else. Stop wasting my time. I love my family too much. Don't you love yours? Yeah, don't you want to stop wasting time? Go and do what you're supposed to do. Stop being weird. Guys, it gets to the point where it starts to get weird. I'll be honest. I'm like, what is this person doing? Why are they not just doing it? Why are they doing? It's almost like that person who goes to the gym and they're like, what you see them like, I'm like, what are you doing? That's not training triceps, bro. That's not triceps. But then you go to give them advice, or they come and you tell them, "Hey, listen, man, you got," and they don't do it. That's when it gets weird. If you don't know, then you don't know. But there's no way in the world that you can join an organization like Lifestyle Mastery Group and even after 2 days not know what to do. There's so much information inside the portal. There's so many amazing leaders inside this organization. You know exactly what to do. Just go and do it, right? Now, the next one is this teachability. Next, so stop guessing. That's what like I just said. Like, what would you guess? There's no guessing involved within network marketing. There's no guessing involved within trading. There's no guessing involved. It's here's what works, here's what doesn't work. I don't guess. You see, when you're guessing, hopefully I'm doing the right thing. You're leaving things up to chance, and that's not a nice way to live. You're gonna be anxious. You're gonna be like, am I even on the right track? I know that the people that I'm working with, they're on the right track. I know that I'm on the right track. Why? Because I'm speaking to people that are further ahead. I'm on the track, and they're like, yeah, Jake, do this, right? So how teachable and coachable are you? Willingness to learn times willingness to accept change. Everyone needs to listen to your will to your wishes, your command after this call. Next, training balance scale. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. Think and grow rich, not work hard and grow rich. Like, do you ever think about what you're thinking about? Do you ever catch yourself thinking average thoughts? That you have to like really be aware of what you're thinking about because you see, remember that energy that I said in the beginning, that energy that comes through. It comes through and it's basically saying, where are we going? And then you have to go 100,000 a month. I am a leader of leaders. Everything I touch turns to gold. I'm always attracting leaders into my organization that build it big. I always attract coachable, consistent, disciplined leaders that want to go out there and help a lot of people. And the energy is like, okay. The energy literally says, okay. It doesn't say, what about your past? It doesn't say, what about, today's results? It doesn't say, what about, how you look, how you smell, how you walk. It doesn't say that. It says, okay. It says, okay, right? And I'm gonna give you some little hints and tips in a second. And the last one, guys, is the 4 phases of change. I'm not going to break it down too much on today's call. I want you to all listen to the audio and do your own research. But time just stands for things I must experience. And the goal is to get from not knowing that you don't know to just winning and not even know how you're winning. It's just unconscious winning, right? So I'll let you all think. I'll let you all go into that. But here's the biggest thing. These calls are called Think With Me, right? You have to think. What did you do last week? What got in the way? Where was you wasting time? Where could you have done more? You have to be listening to some sort of personal development or doing some sort of personal development. Like I'm talking like every day. You see this audio that I want everyone to listen to after this call. You should do at least 2 to 3 hours of this audio today, like per day. Like I don't care if you just put it on. Just put it on in the morning. Have it on while you're driving. Have it on while you're walking to the gym. Have it on. Just listen to it. Just have one headphone and just listen to it all the time. I know who's studying and who's not based on their questions, based on their attitude. You know why leaders are like super positive all the time? It's because they're constantly listening to positive information. They're constantly downloading positive information. There's no room for negativity. And then what you're doing is once you're listening to this information 24/7, like literally 24, I've been around Holton Bugs and he's got a headphone in the entire time. He's listening to some positive information. This morning I've got up, I've done reading, we've had Your Wishes, Your Command just playing in the background all morning, man. Me traveling to Scotland for 4 hours, I was listening to an audio, 4 hours. Do you think I was sat on the plane talking to people? No, that's what most of it do. Well, I don't want to be rude. Okay, be broken rude. That's fine. Be broken kind. Whatever. Be broke or not rude. Whatever it is. Guys, like you gotta change your life, man. I'm sat there. I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I got both headphones and I'm like, don't talk to me, please. Right? Yeah, and you got to learn the skills. Like for the ones that are in network marketing, it's super simple, right? Super, super simple. Hey, listen, how long have you worked at your job? Why did you get into it? What do you like most about it? What do you like least about it? Let me ask you a question. If there was a simple way for you to earn some additional income and it didn't take you away from your current commitments, would you want to just hear more about it? Yes or no? You would. What is it? Great question. Have you got WhatsApp or Instagram? Let's connect on there. I can send you some information and get your feedback on it. How's that sound? Sounds great. Hey, did you watch the information? Yeah. What did you like best about it? This, and that. Didn't understand this, didn't understand that. Great. Those are great questions. Really, really good questions. You know what I want to do? I actually want to get it connected to someone that actually works in the platform. They've been doing it for a few years now. They're helping a lot of people. Hypothetically, hypothetically, if let's say, for instance, you was to get started with us, how much income, just out of curiosity, would you want to be generating after 6 months of this opportunity to make this worth your time? How much income per month would you think? Do you have a lot of goals? All right, perfect. It's amazing. See, here's what I want to do. 5,000 a month. Amazing. Let me get you connected to one of the experts in the platform so they can answer every question that you have because I believe that you deserve to know the full answers about this opportunity. When works for you? Three-way call. Get them on a three-way call and then just help them get started on it. That's the business. Guys, stop. Look, this is not, it's not hard work. I told you I used to be a fireman. I used to be in a factory. I used to be a factory worker. That's hard work. This isn't hard work at all. So you have to ask, why am I not doing it? Why do I find that hard? It's because you're not listening to personal development. Like you're not listening though. You're like, man, that was a good quote. No, stop, pause the quote, pause the quote, pause it. You know they're talking about you. You know this whole book's about you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know when I say man's chief delusion is that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. It's not apart from Ashley Herdman. It's like everyone. You can have been doing anything you want. Oh man, that's a quote. Let me write that down. Instagram. No, 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 stop Instagram. Pause for a second. You can have been doing anything you want. No. Yeah. All you got to do, learn the skills. See, this is just knowing you can have it is where 99% of people fuck up. Doing it's easy. Oh my God, doing it, that's easy. Knowing you can do it. Wow, that's hard. Believing in yourself. That's what doing it. Oh wow, easy. Talking to people, collecting a decision. I could teach my son. As soon as my son can actually start speaking words, I'm going to actually teach him to become a recruiting machine. Hey man, like Dexter, go and send that person a video. I'm going to teach him how to send people videos and collect feedback. Teach him how to get rich. You see, guys, I can't make this up. The hardest thing about this business is learning and accepting how simple it is. It's the hardest thing. Do you know why? Here's why it's hard, and I get it. We're literally beat up and programmed. You have to be smart to make it in life. You have to go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job. The higher education you go, the higher in life you go. That's false. That like show me someone that's worked for. I'll wait. I'll wait. It's like show me someone who's done that and it's worked for them. You can't find it. You can't find it. There's not one person I know that has a quote unquote successful life that has done that. They all still have a job. They have a boss. They have someone to report to. They have an alarm clock. That's not success. Because if you was to ask them, hey, listen, do you enjoy? I absolutely love what I do. Love the money, amazing. Let me ask you a quick question, completely non-related to that. Would you rather have an alarm clock or not an alarm clock? Not an alarm clock. Boom, you're not successful. Would you want How many do you like Saturdays? Oh, your favorite day of the week. Amazing. What is it the favorite day of the week? Would you rather have 6 Saturdays or one Saturday? Six, right? Amazing. So all do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not beating up people that have got qualifications. What I'm saying is that's not how you attract freedom. Do you get what I'm saying? Like a big respect to those people. Like I love that. Like that's incredible. I couldn't do that. That's actually mad. I couldn't do that. That's actually hard. Creating freedom, that's easy. Like getting the grades, that's hard. Like university and stuff, that's really, really hard stuff, man. That's like fair play to you. That's really, really, really hard, right? But guess what? That hard work doesn't produce results. The easy stuff, that produces results. How mad's that? We've been sniped by they, right? The government, the system, the matrix, they want you to think it's hard. That's why they put all the rewards around, oh, this person's got a degree, this person's got because they're like, whoa, they want you to go around the hard path that gives you nothing, then take the easy path that gives you everything. The easy path is, hey, listen, if there was a way for you to make money, would you watch a video, check it out? Yeah. The easy way is, hey, listen, how much do you earn trading? Oh, you're an eight-figure trader. Oh, and you just gave me a signal. Okay. And I copy this. Yeah, so you place this trade too. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. And let's take the network marketing industry, for example. So this is what you do. And if I just copy and paste that, it works too. Yeah, yeah. Mad. Mad. So what's it's not the skill. That's why the skill is 1%. Believing that that it's actually possible for you is 99% of the work. Crazy, man. And then one of the last things I want to share is this: the wind blows on us all. You know, Jin said something crazy yesterday. He said, "Your situation is not a new situation, right? Think about this. You know, you could have a crazy past. You could be going through some mad drama right now. You could be a financial crisis. I don't know what it is. I promise you, there's people that have had worse situations that you are currently experiencing and have succeeded. Your goals don't care what you're going through. Your goals don't care how much time you have or how much time you don't have. Your goals don't care your past. Your goals don't care how confident you are. Your goals don't care if you're introvert or extrovert. Like if your goal is freedom and you are an introvert, you have to actually forget the fact that you're an introvert and get over it. Like no one cares. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can't afford to be frustrated. You can't afford to be shy. Well, I am shy. Okay, cool, amazing. Well, just write this down. Freedom isn't for me. If you accept that you're shy, just write it down. You just write it down. Sometimes you have to just write it down. I will be working until I'm 70. Just write that down and highlight it if you want. Or get over it. I had someone last week say, man, Jake was quite aggressive. Was he on that bit cool? But why is he so aggressive? Do you know why, guys? Most people don't win. Do you know what I'm saying? Like most people don't win. So sometimes I have to speak like, is someone gonna get it? I promise you guys, like I have sat and spoke to people all over the world, and I'm like, this is it, right? And they'll go, yeah, amazing. And then they'll literally like I'll see them like 6 months, 12 months down the line, and they're still in that, and like in fact, 9 times out of ten, their situation has got worse. It's got worse. Like you all know that I'm saying this from love, right? I'm a married man. I've got two children. I could just look at my children and cry. Okay, I'm actually a big softie, to be honest. I really am. But I was, and the reason why I'm speaking is because, like I just said, I was suicidal 2017, lost in the sauce. I remember the one Christmas, everyone was out Christmas Eve, and I'm sat at home crying on my own, depressed on my own. Christmas Eve. I was too ashamed to tell my mum and dad that I was at home on my own crying. I was pretending to be okay, right? 2017. And then I found this information and decided to change. And now you see that I'm a different human being, right? I love so this is what I'm saying. This is why if you take this information seriously, your life can change. Okay, so what's the next step? Be on today's 5 p.m. call. That's the next step. What's the next step for you? If you're wondering, what's the next step for me? Be on today's 5 p.m. call. Okay, make sure that you're on it. Make sure you get your teams on it. It's going to be a good call. Me and Jen are going to do it. We're going to go to his hotel. We're going to do the call together. All right, guys. So now you can ask me anything. We can start the recording. That's been today's call.